Well, that was a bad game. I mean, it was a great game from the standpoint of a regular NBA fan, but from the standpoint of a Lakers fan or just a LeBron fan in general, it was a bad game for the Lakers. Really good game for the Giannis Antetokounmpo led Milwaukee Bucks. They shot the three ball well. They played defense very well. They were able to make shots hard. They closed the paint up pretty well, make the Lakers beat them with shooting, and surprisingly, the Lakers were not able to. Their bench was better than the Lakers. They came in, played great defense, were able to create their own shots. Wesley Matthews was a huge piece in the W. Giannis had a great game. I mean, probably one of his best games of the season just because of the surrounding and what he did. You know, shooting the ball 5 times, making 5 threes in that game, showing touch from shooting with touch. You know, shooting the ball with great touch, being able to drive to the rim, get what he wanted for the most part. Had a little bit of a foul trouble, but still was able to drop one of his best, highest point totals all season. So, good job for Giannis. But I want to talk about the Lakers. So you didn't have Kuz tonight, which probably could have helped, but at the same time, it probably couldn't have, because Kuz been up and down this whole season. However, what I want to talk about is this. When you put together this team earlier in the summer, the main thing that was important with a team like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, two paint dominant players, two guys that need to be double teamed, two guys that you can't one-on-one. The main thing you wanted to do was put shooters around them. That was the main thing you wanted to do. And the problem I had with the Lakers tonight was that they didn't play those shooters. They didn't play the way they should have played. They didn't shoot the way they should have shot. I like Avery Bradley. I like his defense. But I feel like sometimes the Lakers prioritize defense over shooting, especially when you need it. Now, I understand that defense leads to offense. Don't get me wrong. But why do you need all your players to be great defenders? Not every team player is a great defender. Sometimes you just need a shooter. That's what Kyle Korver was for the Bucks tonight. He just shot. He's not a great defender. Kyle Korver ain't locking up nobody. But they knew he could get open for threes. And the Lakers have a Troy Daniels. And they even have a Quinn Cook. Free Quinn Cook. Because that guy right there, even though he hasn't played well this season, he hasn't really had the opportunity really to get his feet under him and get adjusted to his offense. And if they actually let him get adjusted to his offense, they will understand how good of a shooter this man is, how good of a playmaker this man is, and how good of an off guard he is. Like, I feel like the Lakers are misusing him, and sometimes, even when you've seen him this year, they look like they try to use him at point guard, but it's like, bro, he's not a point guard. He's a two guard. He's a small two guard. He's an off-ball shooter. But, you know, could have used him. Could have used a guy like Troy Daniels tonight, who's a really good shooter. You didn't play those guys enough. You wanted to play Caruso, who's a good shooter, but not a great shooter. He's not Quinn Cook or he's not Troy Daniels from 3. Let's just be real. You wanted to play Avery Bradley, who is a great defender, but he's not neither one of those guys from the field. You wanted to play Rondo. He's not one of those guys. And in turn, what ended up happening to you was when AD and LeBron was getting double teamed, they were sticking out to their shooters. A lot of the shooters passed up open shots or passed up very lightly contested shots and weren't able to make their shot. And maybe if you had your shooters out there, 2 of your best shooters in the game more, you would have made more threes because your team is built to have shooters around AD and LeBron. Let them be playmakers. Let them go in the post. Let them be double team. And let your shooters be able to make their open shots. You know what I'm saying? They have to make their shots for this team to be successful. And they just didn't do that today. They missed a lot. They were missing shots, and every time they were missing shots, the Bucks would go down and make a shot. AD played a good game, but if you look at it in hindsight, if you really watch it, it wasn't the best game he could have had. He kind of got a lot of his points on the comeback, and I kept saying this, and my brother kept saying it too. A lot of his points seemed like, yeah, you was getting points, but he wasn't getting the points when you need them. He wasn't getting them when you're down by 5 and you need that big 3. He wasn't getting them when you need that clutch shot. He was more so getting them when we're down by 15 and we try to come back. So let me get 2 here, or 4 points here, or 6 points here. But he wasn't making the crucial shots he needed to make. And that's a part of the reason why we lost. LeBron James felt like, even though LeBron had less points, he felt like LeBron had a better game if you watched it than Anthony Davis had. And Anthony Davis simply got outplayed by Giannis, and Giannis is like the better player between those two. And there was a legit argument earlier this year and last year of who's better between those two. And a lot of people said because Anthony Davis was injured, he really didn't get the opportunity to prove that. But tonight was your opportunity to go up in there and prove. Because if AD had went out there and proved that he was better than Giannis, with LeBron out there, that's what people expect out of Lakers. That's what they expect out of AD. AD has to be top 5. He cannot be top 8, top 9, top 10. You cannot be able to take him out of the game. He has to have that Giannis, Kevin Durant, LeBron James type impact on the game for them to be successful. When you watch teams like when you watch the Warriors, you knew Steph Curry, you knew you had to stop Steph Curry, and you had to stop KD because they both could have great performance. You couldn't take neither one of them out the game. You couldn't say that one of these guys isn't a great factor because both of them could go for 50 on you. Both of them. That's what made that duo so dangerous. And they also had shooters that were going to make their shots and defense. And that's what the Lakers got to be able to have. They have to have AD on the level where, and it comes out sometimes where AD come off as a conservative guy that give you 25 points, but he's not taking over games to the point where it's like, dang, AD going off, LeBron going off. What are we going to do? Because if the Lakers are doing that and they shooters are making shots, you're not going to beat that team. But if Anthony Davis or LeBron aren't playing their best basketball, then you're not going to win a lot. You even look back into the Kobe-led Lakers with Shaq. Well, the Shaq-led Lakers with Kobe. Let me not get controversial. But you look at that team, like Shaq and Kobe went federal. 37 and 40 in games. 35 and 40 in games. You got to overwhelm teams with your greatness. Like AD is not no top 15, AD is not LaMarcus Aldridge. AD is not Blake Griffin. AD is not some sidekick. You're supposed to be top 5 all world. You're supposed to be great. You're supposed to be up there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. But today you saw the difference between Giannis and AD. And in my opinion, the difference is the fact that Giannis he can just take the game over. He can just impact the game more. And he can impose his will on a game more than Anthony Davis can, in my opinion. And Anthony Davis has to be able to show that he can impose the will on the game and dominate more games more often. Like, you got to do it more. Because when you go against the Clippers, you need to overwhelm them. You have to overwhelm teams with your greatness. You have to have games where LeBron dropping 35 and AD dropping 40. Because you're that good. You can't have games where LeBron dropping 26, AD dropping 25. And you lose it. Because you know you can play better than that. That conservative stuff is no. People look at the stat sheets and be like, oh, Anthony Davis had 26. But do you look at how he got that 26? Dump offs and all that. How about getting 26 points and you getting most of your points coming in the fourth quarter or third, or you making all your shots have been crucial. You gotta be able to take over the game and let people know that you're a star. Let people know you're a superstar at that. I feel like sometimes AD done had games this year where he come out looking like an all-star player instead of coming out looking like a top 5 superstar or MVP candidate. And I'm not saying that Anthony Davis isn't in that lane, but he has to show it more. And you like the Lakers, even though the Lakers have been dominant, they should be more dominant than they are with those two people on their team. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They should be averaging 30 and 30 per game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even, especially against the big teams. When you go into the playoffs, they better be ready to average 40 plus, both of them. Because you saw it with LeBron and Kyrie. In 2016, why you think they beat the Warriors? They were averaging 40, 35 and 40, 40 and 35. They were just overwhelming the Warriors because they had two great players. They were just imposing their will on the game. And it's hard enough to stop one guy from dropping 35 or 40. But you gotta stop another guy? And they shooters were making shots? It was game over. And if the Lakers can do that, they're going to be dominant. But if they don't do that, they will be average and they'll get bounced by the Clippers. You're not telling me that the Lakers are a better team than the Clippers. They have more star power. But that star power has to come out. You have to overwhelm people. The Warriors overwhelm people. The Cavs overwhelm people with their greatness. The Lakers need to be able to overwhelm people. You know what I mean? You need to be, AD should be having, like when you go on to Christmas Day, LeBron should have 30 plus and Anthony Davis should have 35. Simple. You should be averaging 60, 70 points in big games. I don't care about you doing that against the Bulls. But if you going out there and you doing that against the great teams and the really good teams, then okay, cool. But you gotta step up. That's all you step up. Make your threes and dominate. Impose your will. You're great. You have to let people know you're great. And if they impose their will and Anthony Davis and LeBron is giving you 65 to 70 points a game in the big games and they're knocking down threes, nobody's stopping the Lakers. And it's that simple. That's all, y'all. Peace.